So that was a fucking lie.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Holy shit! Now that's a lot of damage!
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as fuck. Oh no! Oh!
Bruh.
Mission failed.
Hi guys and gentlemen, welcome back to Chase Glory.
Oh my god!
Alright boys and girls, so we're going to be jumping into a Makélélé review today. I've had Makélélé now for a little while. We've played I think 2 weekend leagues with him. I've got a really good feel of Makélélé, so I feel like I can give you a strong opinion on him. But pretty much boys and girls, after this video I will be selling him.
Let's just hold on. No, I'm not having this. I'm not having this.
No, it's not that he's been bad or anything, but basically the icon swaps has come out now, so we have actually done the Sador from the icon swaps. So Sador will be replacing him, so obviously I'll be able to sell my Makélélé, and we should be on around about 650k once I sell them, maybe a bit more than that, pretty more like 700k actually. So there's not really a lot of point in keeping him. But anyway, we've built a team around Makélélé, so I'll show you guys the team we put together. So if you guys have been paying attention to objectives, there is a cheeky little Ziyech in there that looks really, really good. And in order to get him, you have to score, I think, 5 goals in 5 separate wins with Eredivisie players. So we've thrown together some Eredivisie players, and I think you also have to get some over-the-top through ball assists, something like that. So I've put some Eredivisie lads in here, and obviously with the rest of the team is just, well, we've got Trent there, we've got Ox there, obviously the perfect link to Ox, and a bit of a Syria thing going on here.
We don't care.
So yeah, I'll switch into a 4-1-2-1-2. I'll put Makélélé as the CDM, and then Van der Beek and Oxlade-Chamberlain will play centre mids. I'll put Bergwijn as the cam, and Promes and Butra will play up front. In this episode, I will use Trent as a right back, purely because I didn't really get to use him very much as a right back in his review. So I'm going to keep him a right back and obviously use Ox as a centre mid in their intended positions for this episode. Yeah, I've been playing with Trent Alexander-Arnold as a centre mid quite a bit now. Obviously, we played the recent weekend league. Lads, he was really, really good this weekend, I have to say. If I'm not mistaken, he scored 15 goals this weekend, so he scored in every other game, technically speaking. So I'm really happy with the way he performed. He was scoring loads of goals, just really good at dribbling. He did some good defending. He was much better than he was in his review.
I see this as an absolute win.
That's not to say he was bad in the review, but I was expecting a little bit more, and he was a lot more in weekend league. So I'm really happy with this purchase. I'm glad I picked him up because he's been really good. However, I kind of still stand by the point that I don't think it's quite worth 1 million coins. I mean, there's not a lot of players that are worth that, but I don't know. It's a lot of money. If he comes down in price, I think it's worth it maybe, but 1 million coins is a lot of money. I am going to keep him though for a little while until something else comes out, maybe Future Stars or something, or if there's some icon that I might try. I don't know. I'm going to keep him for a while though. But anyway, boys and girls, let's jump into Makelélé's in-games. Obviously, I've used this card a little bit in videos, but I haven't been able to give him like a proper review, you know, and I want to do that before I sell him because he is very decent. I know a lot of you guys will probably maybe want to try this card at some point. It is very good. Anyway, okay, so he's got low high work rates. He's 5'9", so he's not really the heading type of CDM. He doesn't win a lot of headers, but he's more like Kante. Does that make sense? He plays similar to Kante in this game.
That's all you had to say.
With the low high work rate, he doesn't get forward too often, which is obviously good. He does get forward a little bit. Like, I'm not saying he gets forward all the time, but I do notice him go up there sometimes, and I'm like, don't do that, Mac. But anyway, boys and girls, he's got really good pace, lads, for a CDM. 80 acceleration is obviously really nice. The defensive stats are absolutely immaculate. 92 standing tackle is unbelievably good. Great interceptions as well.
Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
The dribbling stats here are really weird, lads. I mean, he's got 77 overall, dribbling as an overall, but like if you actually look at the dribbling, to me that's much higher than 77, because other than the 69 in-game dribbling, which isn't that, I mean, it's not great, I guess, but 83 agility, 87 balance, reactions, 90 composure, 83 ball, like that's really good dribbling. So if you ignore the 69 dribbling, which honestly I didn't think was that bad, the dribbling on this card is really good. He's got amazing stamina on this card, so you don't have to sub him off too often, which is great. The strength is really nice for someone that's only 5'9". 84 strength is really good.
Lifting this rock is nothing.
That's incredible.
So what you are getting with this card, lads, is a really, really, really solid CDM, just an out-and-out defensive CDM. The low high work rates, the pace, the defending and physical, it's perfect for CDM. I wouldn't say this card is very good for centre mid, and the only reason I would say that is the shooting stats on this card are horrendous. I feel like if you're going to play him as a centre mid, it would be a bit of a waste. Maybe if you want a really defensive centre mid, it would work, but 41 finishing, if this guy gets in front of goal, he's missing it, okay? He's definitely missing it. So yeah, as I was saying, I've played with this card for about 2 weekend leagues now. I mean, how many games have I played with him? Played 92 games. So I've played a lot of games with this Makélélé card, and I have to say, I don't know if I love Makelele. I don't dislike him, don't get me wrong. He is really good, but I was looking at this card and thinking, this is my CDM for the rest of the game, and I'm not sure I think that he is. If I'm looking at the Mount Rushmore of CDMs in this game, for me, number 1 is Mascherano, number 2 is Sissoko, and then I'd say number 3 is Makelele.
Oh shit.
I know that sounds really weird because on paper, Makelele is way better than Mascherano in I think every stat pretty much, and he's probably on paper better than Sissoko as well. I mean, Sissoko's broken, we all know that, so I guess some of you might be able to understand why Sissoko is a little bit better than him in my opinion, but Mascherano was so good. I don't know why. I don't really know why. Like, I just love Mascherano in this game. He never got forward. Like, he never got forward, I'm telling you, like, not even ever, like, seriously. I just found Mascherano really good at tackling. He just tackled everyone, never sponge tackled, really strong for some reason. Like, he was just really good, Mascherano. Don't know why. If I could fit him in my team, I would. He's so good. And again, let's not say Makelele is bad. I think for, what, 430,000 coins, which I think is what he's going for at the minute, I definitely think that's worth it. It's 100% worth that. So he's just under 500k at the minute, which I think is a decent price. I wouldn't say it's amazing value, but it's definitely worth that. He is 100% worth that price. If you guys have used the regular Sissoko, I'm being honest, I think I prefer him.
It's just like wrong.
What I found with this Makelele card is sometimes he doesn't get the tackle cleanly. Like, he sponge tackles a lot, if that makes sense to you guys. He doesn't get the ball cleanly all the time, and I just wish he was a bit more better with tackling. When I use a player like Sissoko not only tackles the ball, but the player just flies off in another direction, so I just feel like Sissoko is better at tackles, he's just cleaner at them. But again, I do like this Makelele card. He barely ever gets forward, which is obviously the main thing. His positioning is pretty good, and his tackling is generally pretty good. I just don't think it's quite as good as those other 2 cards I was talking about. As for the main team, boys and girls, I'm just going to quickly show you a few changes we've made. So obviously, you're looking at where Makelele was, and we've put Seedorf here now. So what's going to happen is Sissoko is obviously going to be playing CDM now instead of centre mid, and Seedorf will take the left centre mid position. What you will also notice is my goalkeeper and my right centre back has changed. Boys and girls, I did not like Davinson Sanchez this weekend. He really pissed me off.
Out. I'm sorry. Get the fuck out.
He just felt ridiculously slow. I think he has like 69 acceleration. I just found him way too slow. He was constantly getting beaten by strikers, so I had to get rid of him. I put Lucas Hernandez in there, and he was just much better in my opinion. He was obviously a lot quicker, and I just like Lucas Hernandez in this game. If he ever gets a special card, I will most likely do it. That does mean that I can obviously put Neuer in there, so he did sell Olari, so I can now use the flashback Neuer, who was really good, making really good saves, just really solid. No mistakes from him. You might also notice that the right striker has changed. I did obviously have Jamie Vardy. He was actually playing as the cam, I think. Obviously, I've switched it all around because obviously I want to use Seedorf and stuff, so we've gone with Josh King. Not because I think Jamie Vardy's a bad player, but I just felt like Jamie Vardy's dribbling was a little bit shit this weekend. I didn't play Jamie Vardy that much. I played like 5 games with him. He didn't score a single goal, and I just felt like his dribbling was letting him down. And I do really like Jamie Vardy in this game, but I just thought, fuck it, let's try Josh King. I never tried Josh King, and boys, this is the best decision I've probably ever made in any FIFA. Josh King was absolutely fucking amazing this weekend. I'm not joking. He was unreal. He was my best player.
Enough from the clown.
He was scoring bags of goals. Like, this card is unreal. If I just dive into a few of these thinkings, I know I'm babbling at this point, but the finishing is nice. Okay, the long shots could be better, but they're decent. The in-game dribbling is obviously the reason I wanted this card over Jamie Vardy. 88 in-game dribbling is really good. Also getting with this card though, along with that good dribbling, is the 86 strength. So he's really physical, but also really good at dribbling. He's a little bit like a better dribbling Drogba. He's an absolute beast, but he's also really good at dribbling.
I love it.
Anyway, boys and girls, let's return to the Makelele team that I put together. I'm going to get a drink because I don't know if you guys can hear. My throat is so raspy right now, so I'm going to get a fucking drink, and then when I come back, we're going to jump into some fucking gameplay. Okay, boys and girls, jumping into game number 1. Well, in Matt, that's step number 1 to being good. I don't know what that means, but... Oh, Mac. There you go, that's good. It's nice, good stuff. Okay, Ox, brilliant. Ox, can he show? Oh, Van der Beek! Come on! Great finish from the lad.
Great success.
No, come on now. No, Smaldini! Look at that defending. No. Trent? Okay. If that went in, I would have fucking broke something. Should we have a little Mac dribble? Test that dribbling. I mean, I'm telling you boys, it is actually quite decent.
Are you sure about
I
that?
mean, that wasn't the best example. Alright, round 2, come on, Mac. Show the boys what you can do on the ball. Oh! Why are you showing me up like this, Mac?
Well, that was absolutely awful.
Great goal from Mac. Great. Oh, that's so superb. Finish, Butra. Come on. A great chip over the top from Makelele. Headed from Bergwijn into Butra, and Butra does the rest. A great, well-worked goal from the boys. Fuck. Come on. No! Thank you, Donnarumma. I was having a drink, and you kind of saved me there.
You're a fucking idiot.
No! Trent! Fuck!
Well, that's fucking not good.
Right, now Makelele, get there. Oh, he's certainly got the pace to get there. Go on. Go. Look at that pass. That is absolutely magnificent. Go on, chip that over. Chip. Oh, that's the worst pass. But the pace in that pass from Makelele. Oh, he's giving away. Go on. Oh, damn it. Please make the run, Butra. Please be onside. He is. This could be it. The over-the-top through passes. What was that?
I like it.
Come on. Over the top. Oh, it's got to be. Bergwijn. Repay. No. Butra, what are you doing to that poor lad? Come on. Last chance. Over the top. That's not... What the fuck? Come on. Over the top. Please. It's got to be. You've got to be shitting me with this! Well, overall, boys and girls, Makelele really didn't put a foot wrong. He made some good tackles, some good interceptions, some really good passes. His pace was obviously brilliant. You obviously saw when he beat that player to the ball really well. So obviously the pace is there. So I'm really happy with Makelele's performance. That was definitely a great performance. He definitely displayed himself well in this game. Obviously, I'm a little bit gutted that we didn't get the over-the-top through ball goal. Obviously, that would have been amazing to get that. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. We did get the with the goal with Van der Beek. We obviously did get one of the 5 objectives for the what's he called? Ziyech. So yeah, I'm glad I did that. I just wish I could have got the over the top through ball. So yeah, a great start from Makelele, really good stuff. You know, really displayed himself well. So hopefully more of the same from him in game number 2. So let's jump into game number 2. Good ball to Makelele. Should I test out a 41 finishing? Fuck it, left foot. 41 finish. Yeah. Oh, over the top. Oh, this is it. That's it. That's 2 in 1 there as well. What the fuck?
This is bullshit.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh, Makelele with a tackle. Oh, Makelele with a ping. Do I need to say anything more about Makelele? Tackle, pass, goal. That is quite frankly brilliant. The finish from Butra as well is fire. Oh, Promise. Hawks. Butra should be 2-0. Easy stuff. Great football. Brilliantly worked. And a great finish from Butra, of course. That's what Butra does, man.
Lovely.
Oh, over the top. Oh, this is it. 2 in 1 as well. Bergwijn. Bergwijn. Fuck off, Bergwijn. I've had enough of you now. Mac. Oh, you know what? If he wasn't there, I probably would have conceded. Like, he's been phenomenal, Mac, this game. Mac. No, Mac, that's the sponging I'm talking about. That is my problem with Mac. My only problem, really. Sometimes doesn't get that ball cleanly. Oh, we got through ball here. Please. Please, Promise. Please, while I'm complaining. Please. Fuck off!
You're killing me with this. You're killing me, man.
That's not where I aimed at. Play Promise, though. We've made do. Promise, please. I beg you. He's done great footwork there. I'm upset.
I'm upset.
Well, overall, boys and girls, that about concludes things for Makelele. Honestly, those 2 performances from Makelele were 2 of his best performances ever for me. Like, it's like he didn't want to be sold. He really wanted to show what he was about in this video. He was so good. I mean, the man in the match performance is 100% deserved. Obviously, getting that great assist for Butra, making important tackles over and over again, interceptions, just doing everything humanly possible that he could possibly do, like, at CDM. He was so freaking good. If you just want your CDM to stay back, never get forward, just make tackles, pass it off, dribble it off, or whatever, he just just what he does is all the defensive part of the CDM. If you want a defensive midfielder that can attack as well, you know, someone like Hullet, then he's obviously not that kind of guy. But if you just want him to be an out-and-out defender, Makelele's got that. He's so freaking good. If you have used that flashback Mascherano, he is very, very similar to that Mascherano. I do ever so slightly prefer the Mascherano because I just feel like his tackling is a little bit cleaner. I don't know why, because obviously Makelele actually has better defensive stats than that Mascherano, but for me, that's just the way I felt. But that is by no means a knock on Makelele because he's so freaking good at everything else. Like, seriously, his positioning is 10 out of 10. His tackling is 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10 tackling. Pace, 10 out of 10. He's so quick, especially with the shadow card. Dribbling, 8 out of 10. Very solid dribbler. Obviously, the 69 dribbling is what lets it down. I think maybe, is it a Guardian chem style that ups the dribbling and defending? That could be a good chem style for him. Obviously, the biggest, I always do this in episodes now, like, I got fucking terrible. Obviously, the biggest area that this card is lacking in is the shooting, so obviously it's not as important as a CDM, because obviously you don't really want this card to get forward. As a centre mid, it's not great. So if you've got this card for centre mid, I would maybe say he's not the best. You know, if you want this card as a centre mid, he's not the best, unless you really don't want him to get forward. But if he does, he can't shoot. He really cannot shoot. It's not the card you want to be shooting with. Anyway, boys and girls, I'm going to call it a day there. I hope you did enjoy. Obviously, I will be doing more icon reviews in the next coming weeks. Obviously, we've got some more icon reviews to do from the icon swaps. Not too sure what we're going to do next, but obviously with the sale of Makélélé, I should be able to afford some of those icons to try out. So I will get to do some of those, and then obviously once we've done all the ones I want to do, then I can start doing some reviews of ones that aren't in the icon swaps, because I've got a lot of suggestions of guys that aren't in the icon swaps that I am 100% down to do. I do want to do some of the ones from the icon swaps first. I feel like they should be priority. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash the like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next one, right? Peace.